I hope so. That shit's a banger, dude.
Halloween, 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 happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Idiot's Guide to Slashers. I'm Jerome, your little sexy pumpkin mask wearer.
I'm Nick. Hoping my head will explode after we hear that song.
Okay, and...
I think we should just do a podcast of that song for an hour.
Were you frozen or were you fucking with us?
I was fucking normal.
Because it paused for I swear 20 seconds, and then you go, I think we should do a podcast of that sound.
I expected you to look up and say, Godzilla!
Oh, boy.
I actually like that. I like that little banger.
Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, the night no one comes home.
How long do you think it played during that hour and 39 minutes or whatever it was?
17 and a half times, I think.
I mean, what percentage of the movie?
I'd say probably 5% of the movie.
Oh,
yeah.
It's a little jingle that they played a lot.
8 more days to Halloween, 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 4 days to Halloween.
Turn that down.
Halloween,
Gonna be trouble. There's not gonna be any trouble, is it? I mean,
4 days to Halloween, 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 2 more days to Halloween, 1 more day to Halloween, 1 more day to Halloween.
It's time.
Halloween, Halloween, happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
Stop it now. Turn it off. Turn it off. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
what about that beginning?
The pumpkin building that took literally 4 minutes.
I believe that song was playing.
Yeah, I think it was, too.
It was. I watched it for like a minute and a half, and then I started hitting skip 15 seconds. I was like, I'll back it up.
So does anybody have any Nick questions for Halloween 3 Season of the Witch?
Where was the witch?
That's in the sequel. That'll never be made. Unless you want to read the book. I have some trivia about the book that was made. Apparently a really popular book. Apparently did very well.
I saw that the book did way better than the movie.
I'd be interested in reading it, except for the fact that I'd have to read it. So maybe just read like a Wikipedia page of what happened, and then I'll just get
the Cliff Notes?
Yeah, just get the Cliff Notes. But I do have a Nick question, if you guys do not. And it's one that you probably don't have an answer to, honestly, like most of my questions.
Yeah, I don't... Except for...
Where's the witch?
Yeah.
My Nick question is, why was the audio so bad in majority of this movie? Like, every time they touched a bag or something, it was the worst sounding audio I've ever heard. I'll cut to a clip right here, for example.
Here. One for you. One for you. What's the matter? Don't you like them?
But Jesus Christ, that was horrible.
I didn't notice that.
They like get a bag, and I can't even describe it, but it was just like... It was like something was wrong with their mics, and they couldn't fix it. They couldn't even do post on grabbing a bag or something.
I'm sure they never retouched it.
I think they barely touched it. But oh my god!
Did you notice?
I pointed out to Taylor and Victoria because I was like, I can't. What is going on here?
I know you didn't notice because you don't ever rent the fucking movie, but it was 39 cents cheaper than every other movie we watched.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
they're like, we cannot make them pay 39 cents more for this one, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. I rented it for $3.99. What'd you pay for?
I paid $3.60.
Oh shit! Hess had to pay more.
You had to have like a credit or something.
On one movie?
Everything else? Do you know, Mr. Amazon? Are you blowing Jeff Bezos over there?
No, but I'm just saying.
I didn't have a credit. It was just my choice.
It was $3.99.
I don't know. I paid $3.60.
I rented it last night, and I watched when I watched it. But yeah, I paid $3.99.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, that is really weird.
I don't mind though. Yeah, I don't mind. It is what it is.
So do you have a Nick question, Hess?
I don't think I have a Nick question. I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay, yeah. There's really nothing to ask a question about in this movie. If it wasn't for the audio being so bad, I wouldn't have had one either.
Yeah,
I
see,
mean-
I watched it on my phone, so I don't know.
It could have potentially been Mima's TV. We'll see when I record the movie and insert the clip. But I swear it was awful.
You're more in tune with that shit, though.
Did you rent it on Amazon, Nick?
Yeah.
I rented mine on Apple TV.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
We got that Jeff Bezos discount, homie.
Save 39 cents.
Mm-hmm.
I always just go to Apple TV and type it in because it'll find it if it's on anything.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
I knew.
What happened? Did he freeze again?
Nah.
Oh, someone broke into his house?
Why do I hear a vacuum cleaner? Abby's sleeping and Peyton is playing video games.
Uh-oh,
Hold
Peyton,
on.
Peyton found out vacuuming your cock.
Oh.
We're going to hear, Peyton, you're not supposed to put that there.
Okay, sorry about that.
Peyton, get the vacuum cleaner off your cock. Is that what was happening?
No, Abby was. She was taking a nap, but apparently she's awake now.
Ah, and cleaning.
She's like, "We're trying to get the drawer out of the dresser." I'm like, "Well, what's with the vacuum?"
Why are they vacuuming then?
Must have a strong fucking vacuum.
Yeah, suck anything out of that thing.
That's like, yep.
Mm-hmm. We only
That's
get the best.
my vacuum.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Uh-huh.
his cape thing just fell down, scared the shit out of
He doesn't
me.
wear a cape. He's a
Mima,
fucking
Mima,
Superman.
no, she put a little cape and hood thing on him. I don't know why. She thinks he's
What were
walking
we
around with a
talking
hood.
about?
He's
the
Super Jason.
The Jason we have at the table. Mima like duct taped a fucking cape to him or something. I don't know why. But you guys want to know the story of Halloween 3,
Trace?
Season of the Witch, that is not in the movie.
Sure.
On October 23rd in Northern California, shop owner Harry Grimbridge is chased along a barren road by mysterious men in suits after nearly being killed by one of the men who was crushed to death but remains silent as he dies. Like, right when that happened in the opening of the movie, I was like, oh, we're in for a treat. The guy gets hit by a car and goes...
Oh, yeah, that was
and
pretty.
it was the slowest car. He could have fucking ran to the grocery store, bought a couple of bananas, ate the bananas, came back and got hit by the car.
Plus, wouldn't
But
it be a little harder to pull that out from underneath the tire? Or am I crazy?
No, yeah, I think it would have been a little bit.
It would have been hard.
It was just it was a weird situation all around with him.
But apparently he had no periffs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No. He was locked in. He's like you in Warzone. Just looking straight ahead.
locked in, baby.
Yeah.
But so Harry makes it to the gas station, clutching onto his jack-o'-lantern mask. Man, for the first 15 minutes of this movie, that fucker would not let go of that mask.
No, he did not.
That's in his hand and not going away.
Well, and then and he was asleep half the time.
Yeah.
Could have
Yeah.
just took it.
Yeah, no, he didn't like to talk much. So he's holding his jack-o'-lantern.
I would like to point out every time those little dudes like show up, like they be men in black, but they're not wearing black.
They're men in grayish blue.
Yeah.
The men in navy.
Great sound effects when they would appear.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I wish I would have got it. I
You
should have got a soundbite of that.
You always knew when they were close by.
Yeah.
That actually happens
Well,
whenever
you're-
Nick walks in the room. That's what I hear.
I was like, what the fuck is that?
It was great.
So,
It was a little Westworldy vibe to you.
Yeah, do you mean
the movie?
The movie, yeah,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I can see that a lot.
Like the second or third one you made us watch? I don't remember which one it was.
It was Future World. There's
Is that the one that Hess fell asleep during?
I believe he fell asleep in both.
Mm.
Yeah, they didn't really entertain him that much.
Yeah.
I can
You want
see.
to know the funny thing is I fell asleep to this movie and then woke up at like 8:30 and had to rewind it and finish it.
Are you serious?
I mean, I don't blame you. I mean, it was hard to pay attention in this
That's
movie.
so funny.
The funny thing is I actually didn't mind this.
It-
Like, it wasn't.
What?
I did.
So
I
where
did-
does
I
where
did-
does this
I-
rank with the other movies you
wa-
watched so far?
It wasn't great, but it didn't.
I'm glad you say it wasn't great.
It wasn't great, but I don't think it's the worst movie.
It's by far the
me-
worst movie we watched.
I don't
No,
see. That's
to
why
me
it's hard because like
personally,
nothing happened. So like, it's hard to say. I think it's better than the first Friday the 13th. I think.
I think it's better than the last Friday the 13th as well.
Yeah,
The one that we just watched.
Yeah, I think the other Friday the 13th was pretty bad as well.
You'd have to pay me to
It's-
watch this movie again.
It was actually because when we were done with this, I was like, this might be the worst. But then I thought about it and I was like, no, I don't. It's up there for the worst, but I don't think it is.
Well,
the
I
worst.
think it's clearly the worst.
Oh really?
Yeah, I
So
think
this,
it's- I
This
think
is where
it's-
we divide. This is our Thor: The Dark World.
This is like the fucking Michael Jordan of the worst fucking horror movies that I watch.
I see this as the LeBron James of the worst
Mm.
horror movies. That's where we're different.
Wow.
Could you tell them
it-
apart if they were like in the same room?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
But see, to me, I knew nothing about this. I knew Michael Myers was not in it.
Oh yeah, I knew
but
nothing
that's
either.
all I knew.
I knew that there was.
So
I didn't
maybe,
know
that's
anything
why
about it.
I knew there was maybe a
I think-
witch, and that's it.
I think that's the reason I didn't like hate it, because I didn't know what the fuck was going to happen.
Okay,
Mm.
Like,
so
I was like anticipating, like trying to figure it out as I went. So I was entertained because
so was I. I was like, I wonder.
He was anticipating it so much that he was like, "Oh fuck, I'm
I
getting a little sleepy here."
I guess Tang is gonna come out of their mouth. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh, see, I thought it was a little more yellow. I could have been Tang.
yeah, that wasn't Tank.
I thought it was like egg yolk. Because as soon as it popped out, I was like, "That can't taste like."
It might not be
Looks
Tang
like-
color, but it was orange juice. I read that.
Oh,
part.
was it orange juice?
Yeah,
I had to put some kind of.
it was
is-
concentrate.
That doesn't sound as
Yeah.
bad. I assumed it was like egg yolk. Because it looks a little slimy.
It did. It looked thick and slimy.
I didn't know anything about this movie either. Drum said, "Oh, Michael Myers isn't in it." That's
Yeah,
all I
actually-
knew.
When we started this, I originally said we skipped this one because it's not a slasher and it's not Michael Myers. But it is the third in this franchise.
I did think that was not a good idea, but in hindsight, should have skipped it.
You live and you learn, pal. So where was I at on here? Oh yeah, he had his mask and made it together. He's at the glass station.
But see, but let me finish my point real quick.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
almost
sorry.
done.
Sorry.
But see, to my point, with, and maybe you feel the same way, Jerome. After I say this,
Mm-hmm.
like to me, I dare say this might be the best one of the movies that we've watched so far, because we know how all the other ones are going to end.
I guess
know
that
Michael
is
Myers
true. I
isn't-
had no
we-
idea how this was going to end. That is a good point.
We know Michael Myers is not going to die, and we know that Freddy is going to blow the last kill, or Jason.
Yeah,
Jason
we
is
haven't
gonna
watched
blow the
Freddy yet.
Yeah, Jason's going to blow
But
the
to be
last
fair,
kill.
Freddy does always blow the last kill too.
Well,
But I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, we had no idea.
That is a very good point. I didn't actually think about that, but we were more because usually by the ending of these, you're kind of over it. But I got more into it at the ending.
I agree.
So that's a good point on Hess. He made a good point. He won.
never mind the fact that you weren't into it the whole movie. at
No,
the
no,
ending.
I was into it at the beginning because it made me laugh.
So you were into it when he was pulling that girl apart, and then Terry Arm
Well,
was trying to
You know
go.
what was really funny about that? I was like, it'd be so fucking hilarious after he's killed her this way if she runs back up and starts choking him again. And she ran back up and started choking him again. So we were all laughing and we're like, what the fuck is happening? It also made it funnier too because I said that guy was Taylor and Victoria was the girl, and then all of a sudden he's like 2 seconds says something and then starts fucking her.
Wow.
So then we're making fun of Taylor for wanting to fuck underage girls. So the whole that was part of the fun of the movie. We were making fun of Taylor for fucking young women.
I thought it was hilarious. We saw his ex-wife and his 2 kids once, and that's it.
Yeah, we heard her on the phone. Hey, you fucking little bitch! You're jealous of me.
Yeah, I don't know about this movie.
Well, I'm just in the beginning. Let me get a little bit further. So maybe this will persuade you. So he's clutching the jack-o'-lantern mask. He's driven to the hospital by a kindly station attendant. I don't know why that sounds weird. Walter Jones, our first black guy of the movie, I believe. One of 3.
Non-white person.
Not of white. Yeah, one of 3.
There was a cluster of non-white people here.
And then they said we're over it.
Yeah.
We're going back to only white.
well, I mean, they weren't going to let any non-white people up at that place.
Yeah, it's true.
The funny thing is, it was like 10 minutes in. I texted Jerome. I'm like, 10 minutes in, 3 black people already. He goes, I know.
Yeah, we were all like,
Because
what the fuck?
I was so surprised.
So at the hospital, Harry is placed in care of Dr. Daniel Chalice. Placed in really good care at the hospital, by the way. They really kept him alive there.
Yeah.
An alcoholic doctor who has a poor relationships with his ex-wife and 2 children.
Was that a poor relationship?
I mean, it wasn't a good one.
She was kind of a bitch. let's
That
be honest.
night, another man in a suit enters Harry's hospital room, murders him in the most fucking brutal way I've ever seen anybody murdered in my life.
That was pretty cool, actually.
That was, you know how fucking strong you have to be to break someone's nose and face through their eye holes?
You'd have to almost be a robot.
You have to be robot strong.
Yeah.
It's like Westworld.
It says he
That's why you guys liked it. Fucking Westworld.
after this he
No.
don't put me in that. Don't put me in that corner.
Yeah, don't throw me in there because I do not want to do the next season of Westworld. So,
Oh, well, you're gonna have to. We've gone this far.
not
So
necessarily.
he goes into the car and immolates himself. I believe. I'm assuming that means light yourself on fire or kill yourself. Sometimes they use big words in this Wikipedia.
He looked like he surprised himself.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh fuck, this fire! They told me I wouldn't feel anything." You think that's what happened? So he burns himself. Daniel tries to pursue him, which is weird. He's on fire. He could have actually probably ran in there and pulled him out of the fire and saved him potentially.
I don't know. It was
Got some
fucking,
information out
that
of him.
gasoline was hot.
A few days later, Daniel is confronted in a bar by Harry's daughter, Ellie. Now, I want to ask you guys a question before I proceed.
Oh,
Because it answers this question, and we'll
Sure.
get you there eventually. Do you guys think she was a robot the entire movie? Or do you think she was turned into or like they killed her and made a robot of her at the end? What did you think
She
was
was
happening?
not a robot the whole time.
Okay, and what did you think?
I don't think she was a robot the whole time.
Watching the movie, we all thought, we were like, holy shit, she was a robot the whole time? That's what we thought. So you'll get your
Really?
answer? Yeah, that's what I thought I was like, wow, I can't believe she was a bad guy the whole time. That was almost my trope, is that
Why
she
would
was in
you-
on it. Because I don't.
Why?
Because he just punched her and she was a robot. So I was like, oh, she was fucking with him too.
Yeah, but I mean,
It didn't
they
make any
captured
sense.
her.
I'll give you that. It made no sense that I thought that.
But they captured her and had her on the table and shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I mean, I just assumed that's where she became a Roby.
I want to become a robot.
A Roby? That'd be kind of fun. Although you have that weird yellow blood. So he tells her about the strange events of the night Harry died and shows her the mask that her father would not fucking let go of when he was admitted to the hospital. Along with Ellie, Daniel traces the mask back to Silver Shamrock, the novelties company that's based in the town of Santa Maria, California.
Santa Mira.
Santa Maria. Is it Santa Mira? Not
but-
Santa Maria?
Yeah, it's
I've been saying Santa,
Santa Mira.
Maria the entire movie.
the Nina, the Pinta.
The Santa Maria?
There you go.
Right. See, I need to
That's,
start watching these movies
that's-
more with Hess, and I feel like I'll get the
That's-
whole movie perfect.
That's
now.
Step Brothers.
So
That's Step Brothers. Why? But why do we ever find out, or do we know why he was holding on to the mask? So like why? Like
I think it was just to give to them because he figured out what the mask was doing, but
Yeah, that's what I said.
that's just what I assumed. They don't really tell
He
you.
said they're all gonna kill you. They're
They'll
coming
kill
to
you
kill.
all.
They're coming to kill us all,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Really, they're coming to kill all the children mostly. That's
Well,
what. That's
anyone-
Well,
An
when a
mask.
fucking rattlesnake comes out of your face,
and
it's
also,
gonna kill other
don't you
people
think
too.
they should have done better masks than those three? I mean, it's pretty generic for like every kid in the world wants these three masks.
I thought they were
Apparently.
pretty generic, but I thought they were pretty impressive for 1982.
I'll say that. I feel like they should have like 5. Give more options because it was 3. Like if every kid in the world was having those 3, I
Yeah.
wouldn't want them.
And let's put it this way: they were better than the mask that drunk dad brought home to him.
That's true.
I mean, he's got a doctor's salary and he brings home
That's
dollar
true. He should have
store
br-
masks.
Were you guys surprised at all when they go to the warehouse and like they're showing all the masks that there wasn't a Michael Myers mask there? I mean, they watched the fucking movie like 3 times in this.
Yeah,
I
would've
totally
thought
thought that
that
was
they
gonna be
would've-
there.
I just thought of a Nick
Been
question.
one.
Okay.
Does that mean that? Obviously, it's not the same.
Yeah, Halloween is a movie in this movie.
Yeah, so
they watched it twice.
So that means that's not real.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you guys this. I'm glad you brought that up because I didn't write it down. Do you think this is the first series to do that, where they make the previous 2 sequels a movie in the universe?
Well, don't they do that in Nightmare on Elm Street too?
They do that at the end, but that's not connected to the things really.
Well, I mean, they still did it.
That's after this. Though,
Yeah.
Clearly.
I mean-
so is this the first one to do that? Because then also
It's
this
the
doesn't
first
work,
time
and then they go back to it.
It's the first time that I noticed it.
Okay, because that's
Yeah.
we thought it might be, but we weren't positive. I think it's the first movie to do that, or first series.
First shitty series of horror movies
Yeah,
to do it.
It's really weird too, the timing of all this, how much they copy each other too. We talked about on here, because like this does that, and then after this next Friday the 13th, the one following this, they were going to do that with Jason. It's a different person playing. It's not Jason killing people. It's a different person, and he even has like a slightly different mask, but it's like still a hockey mask. So it's weird
Just
that
played
like,
for another
Halloween did that and it didn't work, and they're like, but we're gonna get rid of Jason too, and we'll do that. Like it's weird. Both franchises tried to get rid of their icon.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a very bright move.
Yeah, never works out, I feel like. The outwardly genial motel manager explains that Conal Cochran, which when we were first hearing his name, I thought his name was Cockrim,
Cockrim, yeah.
and I was like, it's an interesting name, but it's Cochran.
And what a way to spell Conal. I just thought it was strange. Conal.
Yeah.
Conal Cochran.
I thought it was interesting when he says it to the lady too. She perfectly knows how to spell it out. He says the name. He's like, "Oh, got it written down. No questions asked."
Maybe that's where it fit. Maybe.
What?
Drum's glitching. I'm glitching apparently. I was gonna say maybe Fed Smoker's parents were fans of this movie
Oh, maybe.
because his name was Conald.
Yeah, maybe you're onto something. But so they figure out that him and his Silver Shamrock novelties, which produce widely popular latex jack-o'-lanterns, witch, and skeleton masks for Halloween, are responsible for the town's prosperity. While signing the motel register, Daniel learns that Harry stayed at the same hotel before he arrived in town.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. Other motel guests, including shop owners Marge and Buddy Kupfer, Buddy's wife, Betty, and their son, Little Buddy.
Little Buddy.
They did a really tried really hard to name these people.
Yeah.
Buddy Kupfer, Buddy's wife, Betty, and their son, Little Buddy. What the fuck is that?
They were about the most annoying fucking trio.
Yeah, and they all have business at the company's factory.
Yeah, I mean, how many masks? I mean, whatever. It's
Well, that's what I was saying. That much business for 3 masks?
for 3 masks, and they're like, "Oh my god, this guy's so great. He makes
Even
masks."
kids in Phoenix, Arizona were buying that shit.
Yeah, this kid wasn't.
A local vagrant tells Daniel about Cochran and... I don't know why the name just funny cracks me up. And
Is it odd that he controls everything, but they just let a homeless guy run around?
that seems typical for this kind of thing. That the homeless guy spouting at the rich guy. You were my best buddy.
You're all doomed.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I still have... That might be right here.
Come out to the coast. We'll get together. Have a few laughs.
That happened in here.
I forgot I replaced it with the Die Hard button, and I put it as D for Die Hard. I replaced the Doom with that.
That's what I thought of when he crawled through the shaft.
So that's why I put it there, but I just spoiled that I had that.
Oh, what a loser.
So the homeless guy, he's talking about how he plans to burn down the whole place for not being hired there. And some sort of blank-faced men, which I'm pretty sure they had faces.
Well, yeah, but blank face. They weren't expressing themselves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They show up after Daniel leaves, and they fucking rip the guy's head off.
Yeah.
Pretty intense. We were all like, what the fuck? And he's just sitting there and blood's just shooting at his head. I will say, the effects in this movie, for how bad and weird this was, pretty good.
They weren't bad.
They impressed me a little bit.
Like,
I was like, Friday the 13th could use a couple of this shit. Like, use the same guy.
Like, we haven't got there yet, but when the lady's head explodes,
Which I got a trivia about her.
I was like, that's weird, because I was looking for it to look bad. And
It looked pretty good for.
I mean, considering I don't know what someone's head looks like when it explodes.
you know.
Yeah.
I mean, not for the most part.
Oh,
I mean, I've seen a couple photos, but but I was like, it's not bad. I mean, it's kind of,
you okay over there, Jason? You drunk?
Jason just fell asleep.
He literally just fell asleep. His head's falling
He's like,
down.
you guys are so fucking boring.
He's gonna fall out of the seat any second. So Marge finds a stone. Oh, the lady you were just talking about finds a
Stoner.
microchip in the back of the Silver Shake Shamrock button. She gets zapped in the face by its laser after poking it with a hairpin, which I didn't. I thought she was just playing around with it. I didn't know she had a hairpin. Killing her via massive burns across her face. That's an understatement. I feel like it fucking tore her face apart.
It blew her face
Yeah.
apart.
Yeah, and this just she had some massive burns, causing a large insect to emerge from the wounds. Now, can you guys explain, because it doesn't here, why the bugs
I don't know.
and snakes?
Doesn't
Why
make
is it always bugs and snakes? Because snakes aren't insects.
Explain to
'Cause
me.
it's
I mean, is
scary and gross.
it magic?
It's supposed to be devilish. I bet
Is it magic?
could be like a season of a witch coming. He really is just the thing holding his head up unplugged from him. Now he looks like he's dead here.
It's Hess watching a movie over there. Or what?
Yeah,
it really.
basically.
Here, I should send you a picture of
It's
him.
kind
right
of
now.
like he's going down on someone.
he's about to go down on himself.
Little horn dog. Eh?
Should I fix him?
If you want to, sure.
Hey, Jerome. Real quick. Can we hear the theme song one more time?
Oh yeah, here.
Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween.
I really like watching Nick listen to it while he's fixing Jason. You made it so much worse by trying to fix it.
That song fucked it up.
Oh, the song did it.
That's just big.
Hey, you
Sorry.
That's all, folks.
wouldn't get in trouble for playing that song, right? Or
No,
would
I
we-
shouldn't get in trouble for that.
That should be our new intro song every fucking goddamn podcast.
Oh,
Fucking
that
Christ.
might be a good idea.
Yeah.
It'll be a test with this video if we get dinged for it or not. I don't think we will, but if not, I'll do that for a couple. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. So Daniel and Ellie learn of Marge's accident, and Daniel attempts to help, but is forced away by a group of men dressed in lab coats, who drive away in a silver Shamrock van with Marge's body. Cochran arrives and tells everybody not to worry, but Daniel overhears the hotel manager tell Cochran one word: misfire. The next morning, Daniel and Ellie tour the factory with the Kupfers, the most annoying family in the world, and discovers Harry's car is there and guarded by more men dressed in suits. They return to the motel after, she runs over there, and they're like, no. And she's like,
Yeah.
Okay, that's all it took. You just had to tell me no. But they cannot contact anyone outside of the town, which I feel like you'd be like, oh, we got to get the fuck out of here then.
Yeah. At no point should they have kept going.
Yeah. Get help.
Yeah.
Get help, come
When
back.
the lady
maybe.
explodes,
Yeah.
leave.
You get help, come back.
Yeah.
While Daniel attempts to phone for authorities, Ellie mysteriously disappears, and Daniel's captured by the men in suits, who are revealed to be androids created by Cochran. Holy shit! When he punched the guy and the guy was a robot, I laughed my ass off. I was like, "There's no fucking way there's robots in this movie now."
Oh,
That
yeah.
blew my mind.
I thought you would have blew your load whenever you found out they were robots.
It was pretty exciting, I gotta say. So they have a big giveaway going on at 9 p.m. on all the television channels, the Horrorthon. Each of the masks contain a fragment of Stonehenge implanted in the trademark microchip. When activated by flashing signal of commercials on screen, the magic pumpkin from the microchip causes the mask wearer to succumb to brain damage from absorbing the energy of Stonehenge, unleashing a swarm of insects and snakes to come out of the wearer's corpse and kill anyone nearby.
Think about what you just said.
Yeah, no,
This
none of
guy's
that.
Like,
as I was
like Thanos.
as I was reading it, I was like, this doesn't make any fucking sense
It's
right
fucking
now.
so stupid.
Literally, this plays, and then you're like, oh my god, there's a laser in my head! What the fuck?
Happy, happy
You'd think for a second it'd burn, and you'd be like, get the fuck off me.
Happy, happy Halloween, silver shamrock.
I think Hess is gonna fuck tonight to that song.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Hey, Abby, slams the door and dun, 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 and he's just humping her.
Does jerking off count?
Nah.
He's old Conal Cochran's like Thanos. He's
Oh,
supposed to eliminate half the world.
I am inevitable.
So to demonstrate, Cochran kills the Kupfers this way. Oh, it just is, he kills the Kupfers this way. Later that night, which were you glad when the family died? The whole family? And the mom's like, oh, look at this, is so silly. The grapes on the table, what? And then her son's dead and snakes are attacking him.
Did she actually die?
Yeah, they're all murdered, it says.
Well, because
According to this,
the
yes.
kid dies, and then a rattlesnake comes out of his face, and a bunch of
Which, by the way,
cockroaches.
I hate when that happens to my son.
It was a big ass rattlesnake. I don't know where he's hiding that fucker.
I like at one point, too, I swear it looks like someone like throws more insects and like they're coming from
Well,
off
and
camera.
then it bites the dad, but the mom faints right away,
Mhm.
and then they just show her, and I was like, oh, did she die from fainting?
Maybe she had a heart attack.
I
or
mean,
something.
I don't know.
So Cochran puts on Silver Shamrock mask on Daniel and reveals his plan to sacrifice the children wearing the masks on Halloween, thus bringing about the resurrection of the ancient age of witchcraft.
What a plan.
Yeah,
This guy
I feel like it might
is a
be
man
an
with a
easier
plan.
way. Also, that stems from the pagan rituals of the Celtic lands going back centuries for the Cochran's family. He leaves him to die while watching fucking Halloween. And kids are trick-or-treating who will come back home for his false watch and win Halloween sweepstakes that he created for his company. I feel like in this Wikipedia page for this, they've mentioned that he's doing a Halloween giveaway thing like 17 times.
Well, and, part of his little plan was to run this little ad at like 9 o'clock, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's trick-or-treating in like, say, well, it didn't
Yeah.
show the east, but like back east, it's midnight.
We saw the first movie. Oh, I guess, yeah. We saw the first movie. None of the parents are even home, so the kids are staying in their babysitters and shit. No one's allowed to go out.
Babysitters are fucked.
So Daniel destroys the television set and removes his mask, escapes through the ventilation shaft.
He's got a strong foot.
Come out to the coast, have you together. Have
I
you
think
relax.
he's Bruce Willis's dad in striking distance.
You may want to spank me after this.
I doubt it.
Downloading that clip is the first time I've ever understood that he says "come out to the coast."
What the fuck?
What'd
you think he said?
I never knew that beginning part, so every time I would quote it, I'd just go, "Come on, yeah, ma, we'll get together, have a few laughs." I just kind of mumble my way through it.
I'd like to point out,
I didn't know it was coast.
for I don't know how long, maybe 2 months, you've been playing Warzone as Bruce Willis,
I know.
and he fucking says that like every
And
2
then,
seconds.
You know what makes it even better? I watched Die Hard yesterday.
Is that like the 5th one or 6th one? Die Hard yesterday?
No, I watched the first one.
Oh.
But as he was going, I was like, hey, that's my Warzone guy. And he's hitting shit and he's quoting it. It was pretty cool. So he dumps the chip. Which this part, Taylor, I had to explain this to Taylor, and it doesn't really make much sense to me either. So he dumps the chips overhead on the rafters, and that killed everybody.
Yeah,
It
of course.
perfectly hit the buttons and lasered them and shit somehow.
Well, I mean, think about it though.
Take a second. Ding. Bing, bing,
What was this guy's?
Guy, he was like Fat
he
Ninja.
was- yeah,
Getting in
He was
there with all the
100% Fat Ninja.
people.
So he ain't one to fuck with him, baby.
Like, if the fucking song can make everybody fucking die, why
Wait,
can't
wait, hold
throwing
on.
it down and making a little
Do you
circle?
mean this song? That's how stricken off, and then he starts fucking.
Happy, happy Halloween, 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 happy, happy Halloween, silver shamrock.
I'd like to point out
That-
that's the
that little-
best part of the movie.
Would be a good ending for the
I'm
intro.
not kidding.
I'm with Hess on that.
If I can find this on Apple ringtones, I'm gonna make.
I have it
my
downloaded. I could literally text it to you.
ringtone. I don't know how to make it my ringtone. Well,
He's like, and then I'll come over and I'll add it to your phone.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So he dumps the chips overhead the rafters and activates their signal with
Their signal?
with the commercial killing Cochrane's employees while Cochrane is vaporized by the Stonehenge ruin. Oh my god, I can't talk. He was using to create the masks, leading the massive fire that destroys the entire factory.
They did at the beginning say that there was something missing from Stonehead,
Yeah.
and this is the fucking dumbest plot.
So as the two drive away, Ellie attacks Daniel, revealing herself to be an android duplicate that Cochrane's henchman presumably killed her.
So we were right.
Yeah, Daniel
Wow.
crashes the vehicle, but decapitates the android with a tire iron after she strangles him 6 times. On foot, Daniel arrives at Walter's gas station again,
It was like deja vu all over again.
where he contacts the television station and attempts to convince them all to get rid of the commercial at the same time.
By the way, that made no sense.
Yeah. A group of trick-or-treaters wearing silver shamrock masks arrive at the station to participate in the big giveaway on Walter's television. Daniel persuades the station to take it off the channels 1 and 2, but as on channel 3, the commercial keeps playing, and Daniel desperately screams at the phone for the final station to turn off the commercial as we roll into credits. And that's the movie. You don't even get to... There's not even really an ending. That's my big pet peeve. No ending.
Well, I mean, so he's calling a station, and he wants them to, call the other station and be like, hey, can you take it off that
No,
one
he's
too?
calling them all. He called 1, they're like, we got it. He called 2, they're like, we got it. He
He ne-
called 3, and they were like,
He never got off the phone.
yeah, I know. But according
It'd be
to
like-
this,
He's calling HBO and be like, hey, can you get that movie off Showtime?
Yeah, that's how it works. Would you guys like to know some trivia from Halloween Season of the Witch?
Yes, yes, I would.
Is there some?
Yeah, I got a few actually.
Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yeah, I got some about her too, and I got some that undoes the trivia about that as well. A novelization of the film was published in 1982 by science fiction writer Dennis Etchison, I believe.
Quaid.
Which was Dennis Quaid, under the pseudonym Jack Martin. Despite the film's critical failure, the book became the bestseller and was even reissued 2 years after the film's release. At around 55 minutes, the voice of the operator that Chalice keeps getting when he tries to call Santa Maria is Jamie Lee Curtis. But then, as I found out later on, contrary to what has been reported, Jamie Lee Curtis was not the voice of the operator. This has been confirmed by the director Tommy Lee Wallace, Halloween superfan Sean Clark, and Jamie Lee Curtis herself.
Oh, so that was
So
bullshit.
it was reported that she did that, but if you watch the movie, I'll play a clip right here.
We cannot complete your call as dialed. Please hang up and...
It sounds a lot like her. So if they didn't get her, they gotta sound alike. They got Hess doing an impression of Jamie Lee Curtis for the movie.
Sweet.
That's my theory. At around 42 minutes, Garn Stevens, which is the girl who put the mask on, her name was Garn. She refused to wear the prosthetic mask during the misfire scene, so they had to use a body double to complete the scene because she wouldn't put the Halloween mask on.
You know what I would have told her? Then you don't need to be in the
Get
movie.
the fuck off my movie set,
Yeah.
you little rat.
You're going to wreck this fucking great-ass movie.
Yeah, if she would have put that on and filmed it, this would have won Oscars. Supposedly, part of the genesis of this film came from a comment made by a critic, Rex Reed. Reed said Halloween 2 was so bad that if they made Halloween 3, he'll turn in his press badge. So then they said, okay, there you go, motherfucker, there's a third movie.
I saw, did you write down it on Ebert's most hated
That's
list?
actually my last trivia, is this film included on Roger Ebert's most hated films ever list.
I would have to tend to agree with that.
Oh, you think you're fucking Roger Ebert? Oh my, it just
No,
keeps.
I don't. But he's got a good point.
He's got good dick. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's not where you were going.
No.
So best kill, worst kill. Would anybody like to go first? Or
Kill Bill.
Shall I?
You should.
That skill had to be
my best
hospital boy.
Yeah, my best kill is Harry getting his fucking eye just gouged out and fucking nose breaking. His whole entire face is fucked up.
And then he wipes all the blood and shit on like the curtains.
Yeah.
Which was stupid. Like, he has gloves on. That's what the gloves are for.
Yeah, well, and he went and just set himself on fire. So
Yeah,
it
so
fucking
who
matters.
That's actually
it was
really true.
pointless.
Maybe it was just for fun. He's like, look, his blood's over here now. But my worst kill is the slow-mo car hitting the guy.
Oh. Yeah, okay. Did that kill him or just knock him out?
It says it killed him. But the Wikipedia says a lot.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
My best kill was the girl blowing up. Garn.
Oh, okay. I like
Didn't
that.
write
I like that too. That was almost my top.
I didn't write her name down, but thank God you said it.
Well, Garn isn't her name. That's her real life name.
Oh, it's a real life name.
Yeah, her real life
For
name is Garn.
fuck's sake.
Her name in the
was
movie
Marge.
was Marge.
Marge.
She goes,
Oh.
didn't you hear her every time she goes,
Homer.
homie, come on, homie.
That fucking thing blew up in my face.
She had that big ass. You didn't see her big ass blue hair, the whole movie.
I missed that.
Hmm.
Oh, it's because Amazon messes with the color.
Gotcha.
Worst kill, robot at the end. That was. Oh, sorry. I did that.
I was like, what happened? Your mic turned off. The girl getting the robot at the end getting.
Yeah, like the
ripped
third
apart.
time that he killed her, I was like, okay, can this movie just fucking end? Because it's fucking stupid.
So what's yours, Hess?
Mine were the same as yours, Jerome.
Very nice.
I
Look,
had
look at me. It
the,
has same
yeah.
shirt, same mind, baby. That's how we roll up in this bitch.
Sounds like it.
I just need a backwards hat, and we're exactly the same person.
Exactly. Biggest
Yeah.
trope.
Maybe you guys should go watch. I swear to God, I didn't do anything.
And now you turned it. Oh fuck, Nick's a robot.
Yeah.
Get yourself more slack on the table. Put the whole entire cord up there. That's how I have mine.
It has been up there the whole time, though.
Yeah, no, but you moved something. Probably when you fixed Jason, it probably slowly fucked up.
I fixed Jason?
Well, you attempted to. Looks like he's trying to suck his own.
What the fuck was I saying?
He's trying to suck his titty. You were saying your worst kill was the girl. You were in the middle saying something about that, but I don't remember.
Oh, you said worst trope, and I think you were maybe gonna.
Oh, I was
comment
saying
on
biggest
that.
trope, and then you interrupted me about something, and your mic stopped working.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Well, biggest trope for me was her being a robot at the end was one of my tropes, but my real one is the horrible cliffhanger ending of him being like, "No, stop the channel," and then still going, and then it ends as if like they were gonna get more movie out of this or whatever, because like he didn't
So
stop.
you
He
didn't-
didn't stop anything.
You didn't see the after credit scene?
Was there really one? Or are you fucking with me?
No, there's not.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm serious.
Is there really an after? Okay, I was gonna say what the
Goddamn,
fuck.
I wish there was.
I watched. We watched the credits for like 2 minutes. 'Cause we were talking about the movie, and then we turned it off.
This is way before people thought that shit.
Sometimes they randomly throw that shit in there. But so what's your guys' biggest tropes?
I think the robot dying 300 times at the end.
Yeah, and she just keeps coming back to choke him.
Yeah. And then the hand moves.
100%.
So we're on, but the whole reason we do this podcast, pals, titty count and not white people count. We got one titty in this barely.
Barely.
You
yeah.
almost can't even count the titty, but eventually you see a little bit.
Yeah, because he sucked on it a little bit, right?
That was weird. I thought it was weird that she's like, I'll sleep on the car. It's more comfortable than the ground. And
she's
all
like,
that.
aren't you
And
gonna-
she's like, where do you want to sleep? He's like, that's a weird question. And then just started making out with her and sucking her titty. And I was
Yeah,
like,
I know.
what the fuck's going on here? And then they cut away. They don't even show you the sex. They cut away from the sex after he sucks on her titty for 30 seconds.
But did I didn't see Nip. Did you guys see Nip?
When she's in the
thought
shower,
so.
you see blurry nipple.
But I thought I saw Nip when he licked it.
I don't
but I
remember
don't know.
seeing it. I wasn't even going to count it, but I mean, it's.
I wasn't going to count it either, but Taylor and Victoria, and we all thought we kind of saw blurry nipple in the shower when she's getting out.
I thought I saw it when he licked, but like
Well,
it was
hey.
close enough.
I think it was close enough to where you. Like,
We almost saw the
borderline
guy's
there.
balls. Are we counting those?
Yeah, we almost got our first dick and balls and butthole from him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bit interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, but I'm gonna grab the
Put-
board in a second.
I'm gonna grab the board.
Put the scene in here and see if it gets taken down for nudity.
That'd be a big. I don't know about that. All right, let me grab the board. I kind of just explained it, but you'll go through it all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Eh.
All right, so
Oh,
Halloween has 4 titties to Friday the 13th
Yeah.
3. Non-white
It-
people
it al-
Halloween has 4 also. So that Triple.
In all honesty, you probably should have put 3.5 for titties for.
You can put half a titty. We're not doing halves.
Yeah, well, that was
Mr.
a goddamn
386. We're not doing halves.
That's not gonna work.
Yeah, we're doing fucking slashes. And Friday the 13th had still leading after 3 in one movie. Yeah. So there's less white people on Friday the 13th.
Come back to the table.
You talking to me and Hess? Or?
Accidentally kicked a dog.
Oh, is that your dog?
So this is where I handed over to Nick for the Jamie Lee Curtis Award.
I forgot his name. Tom Atkinson, I think.
Did he start the Atkins diet?
The Atkinson.
Tommy Atkins.
The Atkinson's diet?
Yeah.
Maybe. You
It's,
only eat
but
robot
it was the
nipple?
Atkins diet.
Did you recognize him?
No.
He seemed familiar, but I didn't look him up to see what else he was in.
Well, I mean, the only reason I recognize him is because I like those action movies from the 80s. So, like, he's the father of the girl who commits suicide in the beginning of Lethal Weapon.
Mm-hmm. So
Then-
you know this guy and like him, and that didn't help you.
I never said I liked him. I said I knew who he was.
You said you used to be best friends with him in college.
I was like, oh, hey, that's the guy. He goes to, what's his name that says, I'm getting too old for this shit.
I don't know.
Danny Glover.
Okay.
He was like a buddy of his in Vietnam or whatever, and that's why they go after the person that gets killed in the beginning of Lethal Weapon. And then I think he kills himself in the movie.
Is that your long way of saying that he gets the Jamie Lee Curtis Award?
Yeah, and he's also, I think he's Bruce Willis's dad in Striking Distance.
You mean?
Come out to the coast.
Oh, that's
get
why.
together, have a few laughs.
That's why he did homage to his other
If he's
dad.
not his brother, he's like his uncle or something. There's a lot of family shit in that movie.
Those are close.
Good times.
I often get my brother and my uncle confused.
No, father and uncle.
You said brother.
Did I say brother?
You said if he's not his brother, it's his uncle. I'm gonna. Okay, drum. Cut back to it again.
If he's not his brother, he's like his uncle or something.
I mean, maybe, but I meant father. Father and uncle.
What's even? Okay.
No, because they would be brothers.
So, lastly, Hess, could they have used double tap in this movie at any point?
Not really.
Yeah, I was thinking this one.
They
He
never-
kind of used double tap on the girl at the end a little, because he had to kill her 14 times.
He triple tapped that ass.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but I think he's talking about the end when he killed her, not when he fucked her.
That is actually a perfect T-shirt showing like someone that gets murdered in a movie.
Triple
and
tap.
he triple tapped that ass.
Wow.
Try it.
I think they could have with any of the guys because they're robots. This one, I feel like the double tap doesn't work as well.
Or you could just like keep walking. Eventually, their batteries run out, and you win.
Keep walking. Well, that is it. Do you guys know what we are watching next week, my little baby girls?
I do not, but I'm assuming you're going to tell us.
Friday the 13th. The final chapter. Jason's unlucky day.
Unlucky day.
It's his unlucky day. It's the end of it. It's the final chapter. We're on the last Friday the 13th already.
Yeah, right.
Until they go, oh, people like him. Let's just struck him with some lightning, and he'll come back.
Struck him with some lightning, huh?
That's their wording, not mine.
Let's struck him with some lightning.
They did that. But that's it, boys. We got to the end of the show, my little kitty cats.
This was a horrible fucking movie.
But I think Hess persuaded me to like it more, I gotta say. Hess turned me around on the movie.
Good for you. Maybe you guys should go watch it again.
Turned me No, I didn't say I want to do that. But alright, thanks for watching, everybody. Please like, subscribe, comment down below if you think we should change the theme song of this podcast to the Shamrock theme. And we'll catch you guys next week.
And shout out to Papa Changa.
Oh yeah, shout out to Poppies. Poppies?
Papas.
Papas. Shout out to Papas. We're at the end, Taylor. Do you want to say bye to anybody?
Jesus fucking Christ. How many dogs you bring in here?
Every dog in the world is barking right now.
It's fucking 101 Dalmatians.
All right, bye, people. Catch you guys next week.